Hi, I'm Reggie Charles, the Grenadian Calypsonian. Whenever I want the best in calypso and entertainment, I look at CultureShare.
Reggie, this is the second consecutive year that you're in competition at DIMANCHE in Grenada. What is it that excites you about a good calypso?
The reaction of the crowd. And when I say the crowd, I'm talking about the serious and intellectual part of it, the people who really listens to calypso. And also the tension, getting on stage, want to get it over with, you know? That's what more excites me.
You have been blessed with a beautiful voice. I mean, I know you used to sing in the church before you became a professional calypsonian per se. And that has been reflected in your singing on stage. Do you think that you concentrate so much on your singing that maybe the other aspects of the calypso may be lacking?
Well, in one way, yes. I concentrate so much on singing calypso, and the other aspect is being lapsed. But it helps though, because I think I'm the only calypsonian that performs every year round, every night, and 24 hours a day, because I teach music also at school. So more or less, it's a give and take situation where it works for you in one way and in the other way it doesn't.
That brings up another point. You are a teacher, as you just said, you teach music at school. And, you know, today we have a lot of teachers singing calypso. So would you say then that there should be a system whereby calypso is taught in school so that the children can understand the poetry involved in the composition of a calypso?
Yeah, most definitely. It should be taught in school, especially in the areas where they teach music or you have a choir, so that they could understand when it comes to a competition like tonight, the criteria of judging and how they judge and what's you expect in calypso.
For instance, your calypso last year, like Old Time Days, that could be a reference to let children understand what happened before they were born, way before they were born.
Well, even way before I was born. Some of them is being taught about Old Time Days in school because it was on the demand just recently for some of the schools for graduation. They needed the song to use as a graduation theme, so it's important for them to know what was going on in those times, the way it used to be.
You are relatively new on the calypso business. This is the second year that you're in this DIMANCHE, and second year you are singing calypso in such a prominent atmosphere. I know you sing with a band and you sing other people calypso and other music, but it's the second year you are singing your calypso. Have you made the decision that this is going to be your lifestyle from now on?
Well, it's a decision that was made since I was 5, but it takes a lot to stay within that field, especially if you're based in Grenada. It's like the others, Inspector and a Jamo, you know, sometimes half based here and in New York or elsewhere. To make it, you have to move out. You can't stay here to make it full time. I would love to make it full time and do it here to develop the art form here, but it is hard. It takes a lot, you know.
A lot like?
A lot like money and the band commitment, also the buying and selling of the records. The fan club, you know, they always wanting and not saying, well, let me purchase, that kind of a thing, you know. That's the hard thing about it. Being a professional, you have to wave, you have to listen, and you have to know when to talk.
Now, Trinidad type of party calypso as opposed to Grenada kind of party calypso. Trinidad is jump and wave, wave something and put something in the air and wave. But the Grenadians seem not to sing that kind of calypso, except Japs, who I heard getting into that vein this year. Do we, or do you as a Grenadian calypsonian need to do such to make some money?
Well, of course, we need to do that. First of all, the time factor, and some of us calypsonians, especially the teacher calypsonian, we does not have the time, enough time to do something as 4 or 5 selections, all right? Because every year I will write 4 selections, and that's 4 party type, jumpy calypsos. And on the other hand, we have to sit down and study for the competition itself, so we put more emphasis on the serious and lyrical calypso. But we need to get in there, and I think next year definitely I'll be producing 3 or 4 jumpy calypsos.
Reggie, let me say thank you very much for chatting on CultureShare. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Harold.